Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Impresja, which I assume is a different language. I have a fresh pair of batteries in case we run into the same problem before. Nice little loading screen there. I exited out and exited back in. I also have installed more soundproofing around my microphone, which might make it sound a little bit better. Hopefully it doesn't make it sound worse, but everything's kind of in flux. So let's see. We are in the same room. It did basically save exactly where we were. We see that this is another one of those rooms where the display here pretty much synchronizes. So this area right now is connecting to this area, and that does seem like that is pretty much the end of all levels. So at some point we have to move this, but at the moment it doesn't do anything for us. So this side room isn't a solution, like at least not at the moment. I can't get that yellow through here. Honestly, I feel like I've done fairly nicely so far as figuring out where this all would go. Let's see, this part here needs to go up because this part here needs to shoot into this part, and then either this part needs to go up and shoot it across completely, or the other way around. I feel like it very possibly does the exact same thing twice. Like, let's see. If we did this, and this shoots a beam this way, and this shoots a beam directly back at that, it's kind of like bouncing the beam right back at it. I think it is, because look, we aren't really seeing a beam work that way anymore. So now if we rotate that, did that mess up things? Yes, it did. And it kind of would be nice if this was a right click scenario. Alright, so we've got to move this one, I'm guessing, then over here. I feel like we're going backwards, not forwards, but okay. And then maybe we move this one over here. It kind of doesn't matter what we do, as long as we can't get any of these yellows to go past. So we may very well just be in a scenario where unless we are changing this area here so it stops doing what it's doing, and that opens a new area, and probably somehow connecting one of these hallways with that area right there. Unless we can do all of that, then there might just be a case where we actually just need to go back and look at the other area. Like, clearly the case is not to have both of them on the same side. That does not work. That does not work at all. And yeah, this one, once again, cannot just be moved at all. So this is much later. We've got to do some kind of recursive trick to figure out a way to get at least this painting off of this area. There's definitely a feeling here that while this may have a fairly consistent idea as far as what it's going for, that there's kind of nothing yet that I really seem to understand. Yeah, I just don't think that there's a good reason for you to move anything. Like, of the two options, this does not seem like this is movable. It seems like it has to be here. Which then means this has to be here. And this bouncing up that way doesn't do anything, so that pretty much locks in all the yellows. So then it's either move the green so that it bounces that way, and maybe these two then swap. Or maybe they don't. So I can do that, or I can do that, and neither one of those really gonna matter. And when we're back in here, we can right click this and we can right click that. That might mean something. Is it the fact that the walls perhaps are always absorbing the light? And so you just charge a hallway of a specific color always. See, if that's going to be involved at all, it has to go this way. And then one or two of these has to go in place. See, that feels like that should have changed something. If that was going to change anything. And yet, it doesn't seem like it really did change anything. Ah, it did. So now we have a purple hallway that seems to be willing to take a different signal. We can see all the yellow band pillars are spinning. Either we cross over or we don't. It seems to me like the only thing we could do is this. And at some point we might shoot a beam all the way out that direction. It seems like we've completely lost access to that previous room, for better or worse. So let's go see what's in this room. I'm confused a little bit because I thought we had it. I thought that this had changed, and it does. It loops now back into itself, which is not useful. Maybe it always looped back into itself. Yeah. This is affecting that door. Somehow. But not directly. It's this one, I think, that is directly affecting it. Nope. If I were to hit that, there's kind of no way around that. So this clearly is not the right spot. If we were to hit that, and go in that direction, we can do something. This is still the same room. When we move that, it's still the same room. When we shoot that back this way, at this point, that is bouncing one image into another image. But that's not really accomplishing anything. So, unless we found out that this and this did something, we're really having to brute force these puzzles. What if I put this here? Did that change anything? No, I think the real secret here is, there we go. Finally. Now we're making some progress. We made like an exit only door, and it's kind of fairly obvious that we need an entrance we're going to run into probably more of those exit onlys. And the fact that we moved this is great and all, but it needs to get over to the green side is what we need it to do. And I'm not sure the trick there. Because we need to be able to connect that way with another way, which maybe if we take this and put it here and then rotate this direction, that direction, and then this direction. Maybe at that point this would connect to the green side. That was asking a lot, certainly. Does this exit to any different place? See, this path, I guess, is different than that path, so we need to figure out a way to connect the next path. You know what we need to do is, it's kind of fairly simple. Take this, run back. Oops. See if we can. There we go. Take this back. And we need to move, we need to undo what we've done. And that way we can move the two pictures in the front section differently. Hopefully. Yeah. Put that back that way. Then run over here and pull that one off the wall. And then we will have to probably run this way. So we've got to solve it, but we've got to solve it like this. That way we can find a way out. Which is there a way to solve it like that? See, it kind of feels like this is even telling you exactly what to do. It's not particularly the best case scenario ever, but it seems like the game is trying to help you. Perhaps this is a case of one of those games where the developers not as quite as smart as they think they are. We did have these. So is there some way to take this down, shoot this here, shoot this up, shoot this way, and that way? Well, no. And if you put this on that wall, you then have the room flipped. No, it's not even that the room is flipped. It's something about the energy bars. Like, when this goes this way, it hits this, and it hits this. And see, this room, as far as I can tell, doesn't exist. I've just not seen it at all yet. And that's the big part of that, is yet. And if we swap it for this one, then that should that oddly just doesn't get to work. So if this is right and the beam has to go that way, then this one should be over here. We should be trying to spin the beam that direction. That beam is going there, but then the spin on the yellow didn't work. So there has to be something more to the idea of this one bouncing this way and then bouncing through this way, then bouncing back a full circle. This one bouncing this way. Still have plenty of places gated off. But this, when this is spun one way, and when this is spun one way, does fix that one issue. So then there must be something about putting this here and then getting that to go somewhere. But you can't go that way, and it can't go that way. So perhaps it's just supposed to be in the way for a while. I'm hearing the audio have a little glitches, but I'm not having the controller be that particularly glitchy. And right now this room is empty. And that is just sending it signal right back on itself. So if the signal is supposed to go right back on itself, then at that point it must be a matter of swapping the paintings here. Is there some special value in having the paintings on white walls instead of colored walls? Because I think that might play a role. And we have a yellow, yellow, and then loop, and then back on itself once again. Swapping that, I don't think it's gonna do anything. Wow, this is potentially gonna get complicated and long. Not a lot you can really say when you have a scenario like this. So we put that down. It kind of does nothing. Put that down. It kind of does nothing. Here we have the two photos themselves looking at themselves. That gives us a pink and a yellow on that side. Does that give us something new and different over here? No. Well, at 30 minutes in, I think it's time to experiment with the rest of the other area. This blue area. Let's see what happens. Looks like we have some stuff here. We now have a room that holds four, if I can count right, paintings, and maybe these are sections we've already done. And we remember seeing the character looking there. So we can take that photo. And is there a way out? Yes, but it's over there. And here we have just that one painting. So we'll have to potentially know where we're looking to find the right place. Yeah, it seems like there might be two copies of the world. We came in here, we went through there. The one we haven't been through is here. Okay. The hands animation probably was pre-bought, I would guess. Yeah. Unless one of these things changes something. Yeah, I don't know how you move anything, because I have yet to see an extra space. I don't know if you really need such a long, like, long hallway. The idea of just moving paintings doesn't inherently irritate me. It just seems interesting. Why did that one react differently? Why is the camera now acting as if I'm not holding the painting? So you enter this area, and it seems like at that point you can't really do anything else. Gonna try to solve a puzzle here, which I think at the core of it, that's what this is trying to do, is it's trying to be a solution to a puzzle that doesn't feel like it really does have a solution. Well, look at that. It did point a light all the way through. These patterns are different. Yeah, once again, this door is reacting differently. And ideally, I do think I would want to swap. Yeah, there's room 1 where we started, and this is kind of like a final chamber, it seems. Did we change anything? Well, we might as well just check. Seems almost like the purple is unnecessary because we haven't even seen a purple puzzle piece. But obviously at some point we are going to have to get a purple puzzle piece. And I imagine several other colors in these areas. And feels like there should just be a bit more of a barrier, some glass or something there. Feels like the puzzle also is getting kind of crazy. And see, we can't open red, but we do have a beam now that seems to enjoy the idea of bouncing in different directions. Interesting. And that beam has to shoot this way, which then shoots back, I guess, unless we change this room. And how can we change the room? Wait a minute. We can change the room by going this way. Not through those two doors, But through this door. And now we have yellow and light blue, which won't allow us through there. It's creepy that the paintings move. But will let us through here. Which then did let us up here. But that's as far as we can go. Well, this feels like a distant area we're gonna have to travel. To put that all the way back here. So is that just a red herring? I wonder? Yeah, it feels like it might be. Alright, well, if we can walk in here with nothing, then we need to decide whose nothing is more important. If I take this purple, and see, that's like I'm just stuck. Yeah. Yeah, this is not a case of the keyboard dying. I think this is a case of the game glitching and having my feet stuck in the ground, which is weird considering how we don't ever really go that way. So we can't go that way. I imagine if the audio is cutting out, that's also an indicator that we shouldn't do anything. Maybe that red door opens when we have a red puzzle piece. What does this one look like? Light blue and purple would still be locked. Or I don't even know if that is light blue. So this is probably the wrong one to grab. That is, unless there's this secret up here. I like these kind of puzzle games. They're nice and relaxing, although they do have that danger of becoming incredibly frustrating very quickly. So you do have to be fairly careful with that. So yellow and purple locks out pretty much everything, except for the blue. So we've got to go find a room with the blue, which I believe is this way. Okay. And if I place that there, it just bounces in that general direction. Whereas if I placed it here, it bounces in that general direction. And over there with that way and that way. So, unless there's something about the orientation of rooms based on where you place a photo, I think we're fine. And then that allows us to run back this direction. And we can either pick up the photo that we had before the painting, pretty much any painting, and have it bounce, or we can just try and see if we've figured anything else out. Like there's opportunity here to get something like this and take it this direction and place it here, just because that gives you, well, that locks that door though. So if there is a trick to that, it then has to be balanced out in some way. Because we've got to get this bar to bounce on that. Or this painting actually oddly doesn't seem to affect anything because there's no bar coming out from it. So it's being used in a very different way compared to all of these, which have eyeballs in them. Right, well, next thought would be to take something like this, which notice that there's a little bit of red on the left there. When I put that there, that too, I don't think it's going to change much. But it does open up the door now to move things around. So I can take this one and go have it look in the right direction of the other one. And that might just, in a weird way, see now there's a little bit of blue in the left where you see the edge of that painting. And I'm not really sure what that did. But I'm noticing now we have purple and blue on bands, and it feels like maybe we needed all of them. This one doesn't seem like this is the right one. So if we put the right one there. Let's see. Cross our fingers. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep. That's in the right place now also. And it really just feels like this might be a scenario where everything has to be in the right place. Yeah, unless I just fix something that I don't realize I fixed. I feel like I just did the wrong thing. So we're over here now. And there's nothing. Nothing new and nothing different. Well, over here now. And we can bring that back out. Certainly. But we can't do anything with that. We can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. And this defective door seemingly does not want it to open. And those square pictures don't seem to do anything. I kind of feel like it does just bounce. It's just going to curve the beam all the way out. So, yeah, you can't do this one. You put that there. And see, if I was just a little bit lower, it would feel like it would just hit this wall and curve all the way around. But it doesn't. And these were in the wrong places before. So, unless there's a bigger trick here, or something else is going on. I feel like I needed this probably here, but I don't know how I could get that there. And I can put that back there. And then I guess at that point we can just maybe shuffle things around. A lot of these puzzles are obviously going to be recursive, so it's not coming off as super surprising that this can become fairly tedious. I could see people not being into this kind of puzzle. Well, this would open that door too. So is there a way to put this piece away for a second? If I could just find a place that would hold this painting for a moment. But how can I hold that painting for a moment? See, it feels like it has to go back to where it started. So, a lot of work to go nowhere, effectively. This is a complicated puzzle, isn't it? Because the purple ones only toggle one way, and then the blue ones only rotate one way. And then if I toggle that, I go up that way. And if I toggle that, let's see. Yeah, there we go. We've got that beam now shooting out this direction. which is great. But I don't know what it really does in the long run. Open this, put that there. Take this. And maybe put this here. We've got now two clear ones that seem to be everything seems to be where it belongs. And the next question, I suppose, would be, what's the next part of this? The problem here with this is that you just do run into pretty good odds. Pretty good odds that you'll mess something up or you will not see the difference that changes. Like this is a great example of that. At any point, any of these hallways could change, and it'd be fairly difficult to figure out what, if anything, had changed. Right. So if we don't do that, that won't work. So that has to hit that way. Which means that has to hit that way. Which means that has to hit that way. Which means that has to hit that way. And that is not close enough to open that door. And am I just missing something? We're gonna have to wrap up here. Yeah. Any of these paintings can't make it out that door. Only that can make it out the door. Which is to say, either this goes that direction, then gets blocked off at this point and at that point, or gets blocked off at this point and this point, which does imply to me that it probably does need to move at some point. But in the meantime, it also needs to be used as a projector back where it was, shooting all the beams it can. Let's see. That one, that one, that one, got it. Yeah, and that just feels like that's the solution. And the only thing that seems like it could even slightly be different is this painting here, which could be taken out of this area but nowhere else. Could be put over there, and this could be put here. So unless there's some way I could get this to replace that, which that's blue and purple, and this is yellow and purple. Which yellow and purple is not stopped by blue, which is great if that was something, but it isn't anything. And this has an eyeball beam, but if I was to shoot this one up, it really can't bounce anywhere. Not all I could do is move that. And what color is the beam that's coming out of this? Is that supposed to be, is that supposed to mean something when we see a beam? Like, is yellow and purple what we need versus blue and purple? Is there an easy way to swap these two out? Because I'm fairly certain this is what it started with. Yeah, I think there actually is a fairly easy way to swap this out. If I can just... No. Because those two patterns... Yeah. So there's just kind of nowhere to put... I could put down this painting. Well, there might be, but I may have to work on this some off screen because we've gone for an hour now and made no progress. And then that goes out through that, and then that goes out through that, and that goes back and it's just beaming itself. Where if we were to rotate that, like we had been fairly working on the theory that, well, I forgot about this one. Actually, I need that one out of the way, don't I? Yeah, we've been working on the theory that it had to be light, the black beams hitting the same, a different photo to change something, or the orientation of something changing something. I'm not sure if either one of those are accurate. And yet, definitely feels like you could just spend a lot of time going backwards and forwards on these puzzles without having a real idea. Okay. Light blue would stop it from going either direction. This way, Light blue does not stop it from going this direction. Putting this here. Does not seem to change that. If we have a yellow and blue that we brought in here, I don't think this can go. Nope, because that's blocked by purple. And the other one would have been blocked by purple also. So if we have this on the wall over here, this is a big puzzle. Way bigger than I think most people would have initially figured. So I'm gonna put that there and assume that that moves further down this direction at some point. Then I'm gonna use this as the key for that. And that shouldn't have changed anything. So now I should still be able to grab this and come over and place this where I think it belongs, which is here. Does that look right? Well, it may look like right, and it may just have not changed anything. At the end of the day, there's still a good possibility that any of these tunnels or paths have changed. Yeah, I just moved something. Did that in some way change something else? Because inherently we're still trying to get like several portraits in the green section here. We are getting to a dangerous position where it might be, we might be opening ourselves up to crying foul and just saying that the game is cheating and the game is not finished. Like, there's no evidence to make that accusation, certainly, but it does at the moment seem like there's less than intuitive steps forward. That was a blue-yellow. If we can get something that's blue-blue out of that previous area. Yeah. Let's see. Anything that was purple was not being allowed in. Anything that was blue, dark blue, was not being allowed out. Sending this way. And that way. I mean, we may have a slightly different case now. These all feel like fairly tame things that we've already done several times. That bounces that back, that bounces that back, that bounces that back. Bounces a beam that way, which would hit a painting that way. Interesting. If only we had a painting. This really does seem like it is just sending signals every direction. So for the ones we wanted to go to. I wonder if there's a one-way directionality to these that is not easy to wrap my head around. So if I simply just move these two photos in a different direction, does that really change anything? Doesn't seem like it. And this guy. See if there was at some point a way to change that. That'd be interesting. Or there was at some point a way to bounce the signal. But it feels like there should be other colors that you would have to coordinate with or synchronize with if you were going to do this. Like other colors of bands around the poles, which would potentially change how everything worked. Right, well it's that. Obviously that's not doing anything. Wonder what happens. We may be dropping the ball as far as just checking out the scene of what happens when there are no beams intersecting at all. Or maybe I have to go all the way back. Maybe there's sections to this madness that have just not even been addressed yet. See that. Sending a beam that way, which this is yellow. These are both yellow, so these don't seem like they would ever do anything. Yeah, either the solution is this, or the solution is this in the middle, and that should fairly lock all your options. Like, really, there should be only two solutions at all at this point. Let's see if we do that solution. Kind of doesn't get us anywhere. And I'm trying my very darndest here to swap things around and give it a chance and just find out if there might be something to this. If you do that, you don't get it. That's the only way this works. Which really makes this whole thing seem solved. Yeah, I really have a hard time believing it's not solved. And this painting at some point is going to get moved. And then this beam that is coming over here, all the way from over here, and all the way through this. Yeah, it also just doesn't really seem like it needs to exist. Let's see. And remember, dark blue wouldn't go. Light blue won't make it because it's purple. So the only other thing I think I could do is take this and put it over here. And then I can run through here The walking animation is too short, too slow. For as much as that's all you're doing in this game, yeah, you need a faster walking animation. Yeah, I can put that back there. Which basically does nothing. And then pink and purple. I mean yellow and purple. Can come out this direction. They can't do anything. It can come out this direction and not really do anything. It can come out this direction, not really do anything. It can go through here, it can go through there. So yeah. Feel like I've done everything here. Unless I just right now change something. And I feel like that probably means that there is some kind of trick here to go back where you've been before. And that feels annoying, to say the least. Because you have like the full audio change. Any potential place you pick up a piece is going to be a nightmare scenario. You have all of this green and purple that could run you. It's not like a super long distance, but it certainly can run you in a weird direction to go all the way back here. I don't think I can walk around here and end up back where I need to be. Well, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. That's going to be it for this recording. I think at this point I'm going to have to look up a solution because I'm just a little too bemused here. I feel like I've done as much as reasonable without there being some hint or some progress. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.